Hey, 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 y'all. I am back. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, y'all already know if you've been watching this page that we are in the thick of launching the brand new anthology, Girl, Get Up and Move. You Are Enough. And so I just got off with Sharlrita and Angela, Sharlrita Deloach and Angela Anza, and now I'm bringing to you all the triple threat, Miss Carole Davis, and I want to allow her to introduce herself, and then I'll introduce myself, and then we will get into talking about what we're talking about is being enough. So yes, as you come on, you can comment, you can ask us questions, and share this out and mainly get the book because the book is what is going to change your life. All right, Carole, introduce yourself.
Yes. Good morning. No, good afternoon, everyone.
Good morning,
My,
somewhere. Good morning, somewhere.
okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am so excited. Renette, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this virtual book launch. And I'm telling you, I am so excited. My name is Carole Davis, and I am the founder of Emerging Diamonds Widows Empowerment. And you're going to find out why I came up with that. But I am also an actress, singer. I, I do many things, graphic artist. I do many things, but I am so excited about being here today on this book launch. Girl, get up and move. You are enough. And I'm telling you, it is amazing. It is amazing. So thank you for having me, Renette.
Yes, and thank you for being here. My name is Renette Upson-Bush. I'm the CEO and founder of the Next Level Nation and of Next Level Chicks. And my mantra is to push women on purpose for the purpose of walking in their purpose and their destiny. And that's one of the reasons why I did this book, because I compiled this book with the other authors because of the fact that we are more than enough. And because of society and what's going on today, because of stuff that people have spoken over us, because we have lost our identities. Many times we feel like we are not enough. And so I want us to be in the space and place of knowing that we are enough. We are more than enough. And so I wanted this book compiled, and we have stories of women overcoming, women moving forward, even though they've been spoken over negatively and things that have happened. We have people coming over here, coming on today with amazing trials and tribulations that they weren't amazing. I'm sorry. With serious trials and tribulations that they
Yes.
into amazing triumphs. Let me get myself together on that. And so Carole has been one of those people that has gone through a lot. And it's been many times where she felt she was not enough. And so she is here today to tell her story about how life can be beautiful after loss. A lot of times when we lose people in life and you going through a hard time, a rough patch, a dark time, a dark season, and it's thing after thing after thing after thing, people don't really know what to say. And they really kind of try to get away from you because they don't want to really deal with that. And not because they don't care, but it's just a hard space. And so Carole has been in that space where it's been hard, where it's been tough. And so she's going to share her story. Let's hear it, Carole.
All right. Again, like I said before, Renette, thank you so much. So, yes, so my I'm going to date it all the way back to 2012 when I lost my father, and my father and I were close, but my mother and I were closer. But to make a long story short, with that, because I'm the only child. And so when he got sick, everything that needed to be done, I had to make sure that I was taking care of it. And when I lost my father, that was devastating enough. And I had to go through my time of grief, and I was able to get through that. But then, I was married to my husband for 32 years, and we were together 40 years. And how that journey started was he had gotten sick earlier that week. There was some kind of pain or what have you, and it just kept on gnawing at him. And then I eventually said, you know what, we're going to the emergency room. So that was kind of like Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. And we got to the emergency room and the doctors took him in and everything started to change. They intubated him, put him in a coma. And while they were doing that, and I had to step outside of the emergency room, and it seemed like every 5 minutes that the doctors were coming out telling me that his kidneys were shutting down and the liver was shutting down and everything was just shutting down. And I felt like I was in a revolving door because, can you imagine you being together with this person 40 years and then in a matter of days, he started to get sick, and then now he's in the emergency room, and you're going like, what is going on? They eventually moved him from the emergency room up to another room in the hospital, and he had been out. He had, like I said, they induced a coma. And so he had been out for several hours. He was hooked up with oxygen, had IVs all in his hands. My son was living in California at the time. He was calling back and forth trying to check on his dad. And I will never forget that my son had said, he said, Mom, he said, put the phone to Dad's ear. And then when I put the phone to my husband's ear, for the first time in several hours, my husband moved his head from side to side. And then I saw him lift up his hand with all of the IVs in his hands, lifted up his hands off the bed and then put it down. But here's the thing that really got me. After he did that, I happened to look at the heart monitor. And as I looked at the heart monitor, the numbers started to drop. And then can you imagine, you're looking at it and then you see a flat line. I became numb. I just froze. And thank God that two of my best friends was there with me, Renette one, and then my god sister, Cindy was in the room with me. I mean, I was just frozen. And all I could see was that my life was just flashing right in front of me. What was I going to do? This person who I had known for 40 years was gone, and there was nothing that I could do about it. Nothing. And that took me into a place and space where I didn't even know myself anymore. I was lost. I was done. And I had to try to figure out what was I going to do? How was I going to make it? I had gotten to the point that I had to literally I had to take myself to go to seek therapy. Now, in our culture, when you say going to therapy or whatever, our culture was known for, child, what you doing going to a therapist for? Therapy is for crazy people or what have you. But I had to do something that was going to save my life. Mental health is important. I had to grasp hold of my life because I was feeling like, could there have something could I have done something? Did I miss some signs? What was going on? And I felt that, my God, I felt like I wasn't enough anymore because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know. Was I a good wife? Did I miss some signs that could I have done something else? And I just felt completely lost. I felt that I was not enough. And then when I started to go into therapy, they were able to teach me the different levels of grief and how to handle it. So when things started to happen to me, I understood what was going on. But if I didn't seek that help, I wouldn't have known. So I would have stayed stuck and stagnant in my grief, not knowing what was going on with me. And as I began to go through the process and learning the different tools and strategies and so forth, when you've been with somebody that long, you don't get over it right away. And so I remember specifically, I'm still trying to find myself. I'm still trying to rediscover who I am. And I remember one day when I was just having a moment, and I was feeling some kind of way, because again, when you've been with that person for that length of time, that's like part of you is gone. And I never forget, for as long as I live, I'll never forget that I just heard the voice of God just speak audibly to me and says, I died for you that you might live, and I want you to live. And I'm telling you, when I heard those words, I got up from where I was, because it was almost like I was in a corner somewhere. And I got up from where I was, and I had to realize I had to take charge of my life, because I did not want to stay stuck in that area of grief.
Okay, let me stop you for a minute.
Okay.
You said a lot, and I want to start unpacking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. But I want y'all to understand what she said, how everything happened. She had a husband, and she'd been with him for all these years, and he got sick for a couple of days, and then the next day he went to the hospital one day, and the next day he was dead. Yeah. And so that was really like a shocking space and place. And so at this point, she didn't know what to do, who she was, where she was going, what she was doing. But what she did know, that she was enough to step up into therapy. She knew that she was kind of lost and she needed some help. And so many times when we're stuck in spaces and places, we don't go get help, because a lot of times, and we've said it on each one of the lives that we've been on today, in the Black community, we know what's happened in the house stays in the house, and that keeps us so stuck. And so because this happened and she was feeling some kind of way, instead of being stuck in her situation, she knew that there was more for her. So even at her lowest point, she stepped up and she stepped out and she got some help, some therapy. So today, if you're feeling like you're not enough, if you're feeling like you just can't, move forward, you don't know which way to turn, you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody, but you know that you need to get some type of help from somewhere. Maybe it's not therapy. Maybe it is therapy. Maybe you need to find a therapist. Maybe you just need to invest in some self-help. Okay, maybe a group, a support group, something. And this book, because this book is going to give you some stories where the people, the women, have overcome some enormous odds. And so if you're facing those odds, but you're not moving forward and you don't know how, what I urge you to do is to do something. You must make a decision. And too many times we stay stuck in spaces and places too long because we refuse to decide. But can you understand, when you don't decide, that is a decision. That's a decision to keep staying in you're not enough. That's a decision to keep saying, well, God, I guess I don't trust you because I don't know that I can move forward. And sometimes when we have that going on, we have to get help somewhere, some way, somehow. And so that's the overall message of today is you are enough. And so if you've not been walking in the space of enough, you've not been taking action on your goal, your dream, your thing that you're supposed to be doing, because something has happened to you or somebody's spoken over you to make you feel like you're not enough, it's time for you to get up and move. It's time for you to get some help. Make sure you click the link and you get the book. Get the book, get the book, get the book.
Get the book.
It's 99 cents today. And so you want to, for 99 cents, you want to grab this book for yourself and for some people that you know that really tag somebody, tag somebody that needs this. So as Carole went on, she got her therapy. She heard from God. And so as she heard from God, she started moving and taking action on some dreams that had kind of been lying dormant. And so therefore, when I told y'all from the beginning that she was a triple threat, okay, of, singing, dancing, and acting, she started moving on that. But if she didn't decide that she was enough, if she didn't make a decision to go get that therapy, where could she be now? She would still be stuck up in that house. She could have lost her mind and a whole bunch of other stuff. But she made a decision. So today, we want you to make a decision to move in your enough so that you can be everything you want to be and go to your next level. You have it in you. You have it in you. So I'm going to let Carole give you some stuff that has happened since she figured out and heard from God that, oh my gosh, I am enough. I gotta step up. I got this therapy. I'm supposed to be doing something more. So let her tell you what has happened in her more, because she's really helping change lives because she decided that she was enough. And if y'all heard me on the other lives and the other lady speaking, when you have a dream, a goal, a vision, and you know that you're enough, it's not just about you. And once you're able to step into your enough, it's our God work and our confidence that helps us to move forward, to reach out to other women, to help them to stand in their enough. So, Carole, you can continue.
All right, thank you. So yes, so fast forward out of that pain and everything that I went through, and then God allowed me to discover that I am enough. I founded a widows empowerment group because I feel that because of everything that I went through, that I can encourage other widows as well. And the motto that I stand on is life after loss can still be beautiful. Yes, we may have lost our spouses. Yes, we may have gone through devastation. Yes, we may have done that, but you have the ability to bounce back from where you are. You have that. Life can be beautiful. You have to understand that you are more than enough, and that you can get from the place where you were to where he wants you to be. And so because of that, and I always had a dream. I had a desire to act and everything, and I had done that in the past. But in my rediscovery of myself and finding out who I am, I started to tap into those desires that I love. So I love acting, I love the theater and so forth. And so an opportunity came up for me to audition for a show, and I hadn't done acting in years, and I auditioned for it. And I had some challenges because I had gotten sick right before the audition, and it was like, no, forget it. I'm not going to do it or whatever. And of course, my sister friend right here encouraged me, said, "Girl, you need to get up. This is what you love to do. You need to get up." So I had strep throat on the day of the audition, and I was sick in bed, but I got up at the encouragement of my sister, and I went to the audition. And to make a long story short, I went and auditioned. By the time I got home, it was maybe a couple of days later or whatever, I had landed the part in The Wiz, playing the role of Eveline. And then if you think that was something, then another audition came around. And so I ended up being not only in The Wiz, but in Annie the Musical, Dreamgirls, and the list goes on. But again, when you find out and discover that you are enough, that God has given you something, that you just have to go for it. You have to make a decision. You got to change your mindset. You got to come out of the stuckness and go into where God has for you. And so I am just so excited about what God is doing, in my life and in all of our lives, because he's given us an opportunity to share. And it is important to share your story, because when you share your testimony, it could bless somebody else to be able to come out. So there are other widows that will look at me and it says, wow, and if Carole is doing that, then I can do that too. And then and if they say that, then I have done my job. And encourage them. Yes, you can come out of where you are and you can still live, because God still has an assignment for you. So,
Amen. Hey. God has an assignment for you, but you can't get to the assignment if you are not walking in your enough. You are stepping back, you're hiding, you're complaining, you're competing, you're comparing, you're looking, you're feeling like you're not enough. Y'all, can I tell y'all? I hop on these lives. I'm dancing all over the place, y'all. It's not like I really know what I'm doing half of the time. And I tell you, I know how to do TikTok. I know how to do reels. I know how to, I come on, I do lives, all of that. And when the stuff was happening at first, I'm asking people, hey, how do you do this? And can you help me? Nobody was helping me. Nobody wanted to give me any information. Guess what? I helped myself because I understood that I am enough. So how do I know how to do TikTok? Because I got on and taught me. How do I know how to do reels? Because I got on and taught me. I started clicking the live button and just going live and doing things. Sometimes we feel like we have to wait on people. And see, we ain't got to wait on nobody. We don't have to ask like, oh, you think I could do this? You think I could do that? And you looking for validation and permission so you can move forward, and then you don't do it because maybe people not saying what you want them to say. Maybe they not feeling as excited. There's so many things that I do. And my family, are like, oh, you just so extra and you just so hyped and they not into, what I'm doing. And that's fine. Because I know that God is into what I'm doing. I know that God has given me permission. I know that God has said I'm enough. And so as long as God has given me permission, I know that I can move forward and do what he's called me to do. I am heaven sent and God approved. And so because I know this, I am able to stand here boldly, unapologetically, and authentically. Yes. And say that I am enough because God has given me everything inside of me. So I don't need no permission. I don't need no validation. I don't need nothing, okay, from somebody that is going to make me do what I need to do. I have it all in me. Now, I'm not saying you can't get help and you can't get assistance, but too many people sit and wait for the assistance before they move. You better get up and move. You got it. And if you really have to have help with something, somebody dragging their feet, guess what? Next. Somebody tell you no. Next. Opportunity. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was like, I need to do this, and I've been waiting on them. And you know what? Why? It's how bad do you want it? When you want it bad enough, you're not going to keep waiting on people. You're going to keep moving. No matter what. You might sit and wait for a minute. I used to do that and sit and wait. But right now, baby, I'm not about to wait. I'm coming to disrupt, okay? I'm coming to disrupt. I'm coming to cause the storm, okay? I'm coming to tear down those limitations and those myths of what we can't do and who we can't be, because we have everything, and I am enough. You are enough. Everyone is enough when they choose to make a decision and move in their enoughness. And if you don't, it's your fault. You can't blame nobody about what has happened to you. Yes, it might not have been something that you brought upon yourself, but how you respond to it is what makes the difference.
It is.
You respond with a lackadaisical, woe is me, pity party, I can't do, still stuck in stagnant attitude, then that's just where you're going to stay. But you have in you what you need. We all have something, as I've said before. But whether we use that something to fuel us or to stagnate us is up to us. What you gonna do? Barbecue or mildew? That's the question. We got to run because we have somebody else coming up, but I just want to say thank you to Carole for just coming on, sharing her amazing story. She has been through like so much, and one of the things that she did not talk about that I want to talk about, she always seems to forget her amazingness and her amazing. All of the graphics that you have seen, she also has graphically styled. And I don't know why she always like leave that.
I know.
She's very humble. But she did all of the graphics, and she has been my graphic person. And I don't even know, some years since we first started that at the kitchen table.
So self-taught.
Self-taught, baby, self-taught. But God, okay. Yes, let's stand in our enoughness. We are going to be on here all day. I want y'all to share this out. I want y'all to tag people. I want y'all to get the book 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents. Even if you think you don't need it, you probably don't know you need it because it's going to be something that you could use. I promise you. Tools, techniques, tips, baby, that's going to help you to continue to move in your enough. Because I'm going to tell you, as long as you living every day ain't going to be a good day. Okay?
That's right. Absolutely.
Help how to come through those bad days in a good way. So get the book and get it for somebody else. Okay, get it for somebody else.
Amen. Amen.
99 cents, baby. I'm gonna
99 cents. Get it? 99 cents.
You can't buy a cup of coffee for 99 cents. You can't. You can't buy no French fries. For
That's right. Sure can.
That you can go to some place and get a menu and see 99 cents on it. I know what you can get. You could get some ranch dressing, but ranch dressing ain't gonna do nothing for your mindset. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. You know what I mean? No, anyway.
You gotta invest in yourself. You gotta invest in yourself to make yourself better and change that mindset. Choose happiness, choose life, choose love,
and choose you.
And choose you. That's it.
We're ready to go. We'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for joining us every day and every way. Keep it next level. We will be back, okay, at 1 o'clock. So peace. I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.